Hey guys, Chris here, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you how to drain the fuel out of a C5 Corvette, specifically a 2004 Z06. Now there's several reasons you might want to do this. Maybe it's got old gas in it and you want to drain the gas out. Maybe you're at the drag strip and you want to take some weight out of the car. Or maybe, like me, your fuel gauge reads empty and you need to drain the gas out of the car to try to figure out what sensor is the problem. So today I'm going to show you a quick and easy way how to drain the fuel out of one of these cars. Okay, first step is you got to take this cover off here. Pretty easy, all you do is just grab it, pull it off. Okay, now that we got that cover off here, you can see the fuel rail here, and at the end of it there's a Schrader valve, and what we're going to be doing is using that Schrader valve as a way to get the fuel out of the car. Here's the parts I will be using. I need to make a hose to connect to that Schrader valve so that I could pump the fuel out of that into a gas can. So I have a fitting here, which is a -4 AN fitting with a barbed hose end, and then I have 6 feet of 1/4 inch rubber fuel line, which I got from Autozone. So I'm going to make a hose up real quick, and then I'm going to connect it, and I'm going to show you how to drain the fuel out. You also need a hose clamp, so just a small little hose clamp you can get at Autozone, nothing special. Okay, now I've got my hose put together and assembled. The next step is to take the valve out of the hole here from the Schrader valve. And to do that, you just use any tool that will remove the valve stem from a tire. So I have this old can of tire slime, and the lid of these, the inside of the lid is a valve stem removal tool. So I'm just going to use that. That should work fine. Just take your valve stem removal tool and just put it on there and just unscrew the valve. And before you do that, you probably want to press it a few times to make sure the pressure is released. Otherwise the valve will shoot out and you might lose it. So there we go. There's the valve stem, or valve, or whatever it's called on these. So now that's removed. Now this fuel rail is just an open tube. Okay, so now we'll connect our fuel hose that we made. Again, this is a 4 AN fitting, and that will just screw right onto the end here, like so. And then it's a 14mm wrench to tighten it down. So you can see we have our fuel line connected to the fuel rail, the other end of the gas can. Now all we have to do is go in the car, turn the key to the on position, and it will prime the fuel pump, and it will pump a little bit of fuel out of the fuel rail into the can. And I don't know if you heard it there, but it sounded like it pumped fuel for about 2 seconds or so. Keep cycling the key from the off position to the on position until you pump out the required amount of fuel that you want to pump out. The only thing I'm not sure about is how much this is going to drain the battery doing this. So I would recommend, if you have a battery charger or a battery tender, to put that on the battery. Okay, so after about 10 minutes of cycling the keys and getting a little distracted, I pumped about 4.5 gallons out. So that's good enough for now. So now I'm going to show you how to undo it, put it all back together. Pretty easy. All you do is come out here, disconnect your AN fitting here. Make sure you have a towel down because there might be fuel in it. Pull it off, and then grab your valve, tire stem valve, whatever this thing's called, and just like a car tire, thread it back in using your tool. Just thread it in until it's snug. You don't want to break it or anything. I don't know if you can see it, but now the very end of it that you press down is pretty much parallel with the lip of the end here. So I think that's good. I'm going to turn the key over a few times to make sure no fuel comes out the end, and then it is back together. Yeah, okay, that's dry now. So, and there you go. Now it's back together, and then all you have to do is put this red cover back on. And there you go. That's how you drain the fuel out of a C5 Z06. I'd assume an LS1 base model Corvette is the same way. I don't know, but I would assume it's the same process. So yeah, there you go. I'll put down in the description, I'll put a list of the parts I used and where I got them and everything. And hopefully you guys found this useful. Thanks. Bye.